Hello and good morning to all of you wonderful villagers, adventurers, and travelers out there. My name is Cherney, and it is wonderful to welcome you back into Mountain Shade Village. How is everybody doing on this Wednesday? Wonderful Wednesday. I hope you're doing well, or at least as well as you can hope for. It is a heck of a day, I'll tell you. I was up very early today and was out in the horrible humidity. Awful. 0 out of 10. Do not recommend. But I survived, thank goodness. And, we need to fix that. Let's fix that. That should fix that. Very good. But it's a whole heckin' day today. I have so much that needs to be done, so we got a lot going on. Yeah, I hope that the lag is less than it was. Let's do this and see how lagged it is. I think it's still several seconds lagged. I hate having a microphone right next to my face again. The worst! I just want my coffee. So, I think we're pretty good. We're pretty good. Good morning, dear. Hello. How we doing today? We're going to be doing a bunch of co-working today and some world building. I have so much that needs to be done. But one of the things that I have to do is update channel points for right now, because some things work with Mix It Up Bot running on a different machine and some things don't. So a bunch of the channel points need to be updated so that I've got things settled in a more useful way. But we'll get there. Hey, that's awesome news, Psychotic Deer. Today, the sanitation service starts again. Agreement has been met at 14% pay raise for the next 3 to 4 years. Fantastic. That is a huge win for the sanitation union. I know it's not what they were asking for, but having seen union negotiations go through, 14% is still a huge win for them. That's a great progress. Leader of the strike seems very disappointed in the agreement. I mean, we always hope for more, right? Like, I used to be an active member of IATSE, which is the stagehands union, and there's always going to be concessions that has to be made. I, of course, don't know the specifics of their agreement, but I'm glad that they were able to at least get some serious gain, because there's a lot of conjecture that I could make, and I'm sure that the sanitation pay scale is not up to par, right? Because it, like many industries, gets looked down on as somehow lesser, somehow requiring less skill or less intelligence in some ways to execute that job, which is 100% untrue. And there's so much that needs to be recalibrated when it comes to how industries and individuals are paid in this country. So I am glad that they were able to get what increase they were able to bring to the table. And hopefully there are some reformations that can be made in the next 3 to 4 years that will also benefit those service workers and allow them to make up the difference, right? That's my hope, is that there is enough reform that can go through to allow for that to make the difference. $45K a year is not enough. Not in this economy. That's for sure. Not in this economy. And that's kind of more my point. Like, there's a lot that can be done individually within, within businesses, within what have you, to make up for the economy being what it is. I have hardly had any coffee this morning, you can tell. But, yeah, lots of places are dealing with sanitation service strikes because they have been abused by our system for far too long. And people are tired of the abuse. And that's simply what it is. It's people finally standing up to the abuse that they are seeing. And it's deeply frustrating to me that that's something that we have to have at all. But the American system is based in a lot of ways on subjugation and exploitation. And we never got away from that. It drives me up a wall. Yeah, it can improve. Whether or not it will is the real question. And the only way that happens is through action. The only way that can happen is by representation and allowing people to actually, making sure that people actually attend council meetings and things like that. But it's apathy that has allowed a lot of the disservice to happen. I hope things improve more too, but hope only gets so far. You know what I'm saying? The reason that things are the way they are is that the people who wanted the system to stay the way it is are the ones who showed up. So if we want things to change, we have to show up. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. You're not the only one. You're not the only one having a hard time finding a basic job. It's difficult for so many reasons. And now some people are deciding that the only way to fix that problem is by having artificial intelligence take over things that are enjoyable. Yeah, everyone's impacted by that. Absolutely. Absolutely everybody is impacted by our economy right now. And if only everybody who was impacted showed up to say something, to take action. And it should be easy to get a job. It should be easy to get a job. Is it? Absolutely not. But it should 100% be easy to get a job. But it's not right now. Anyway, all of that being said, I could go on and on about that soapbox, but I'm not going to, because I have other things to do today to get things sorted for myself, and I am not here to go on and on about my many complaints about the economy and government and the disrespect of the American worker and all of the other many tragedies going on in our lives right now. It's fine. What I am here to do today is talk about some world building, which is something that I think we all would like to do right now. And we're going to be doing some co-working to kick things off today, of course. And then we'll be talking a little bit about how I am rebuilding my homebrew world, because I recently, for anybody who wasn't here yesterday, I was talking about this yesterday as well, but for anybody who was not here yesterday, I am basically taking my homebrew world and breaking it down to Bedrock. I am stripping everything down and basically starting over with my current notes as information for what is next. Not the mountain town, the entire world, Psychotic Deer. So not just what we put together for MSV, but everything we have put together and everything I have put together over the last 10 plus years, and everything that I put together for Duskfen, and just everything under the sun is getting rebuilt, because with all of the struggles that I have had over the last 5 years, and the added catalyst of the fire and moving out of my apartment and all of the added strain, I had to announce on the Duskfen server this past weekend that I was going to be stepping away from live games and running in Duskfen and at all, because I needed to take everything apart. I needed to just break everything down and rebuild it, because it's not functioning the way that I want it to, and I need to update a number of things that I have been working on, honestly longer than 10 years, but 10 years is an easy place to pinpoint. But it's a very difficult decision that I came to, and I know that it's one that I think is going to be the beneficial choice, but it's a lot of work, and I'm honestly kind of scared of it because of everything that needs to be done, because it's just a lot. But that's going to be the bulk of what I'm doing today. I have a couple of other tasks that I need to start with today, but the bulk of what I'm doing today is going to be building out a new outline for the home world and what will become the refreshed Duskfen Chronicles setting. So I didn't know that the Ancient Deer Army could hold tools, or tear apart continents. That's terrifying. But having said that, as you all know, I'm doing all of this work on World Anvil, and World Anvil right now is helping to sponsor the stream. So if you want to continue to see me get sponsorships and other support to allow me to continue to be here on a full-time basis and be present in your lives as an entertainment source, then go check out World Anvil. Their subscriptions start as low as $7 for a single month, or $4.50 per month for a full year. And I have used this tool for many years now and continue to recommend it to anybody who is doing any kind of organizational structuring and writing. So, also great if you are a player. I, of course, show off a lot of the world building side, but there is a whole subsection of the website that is for character upkeep and design as well. So you can check that out at the link in the chat, and that will give credit to me as someone who has referred you and helped me get a little bit of support from their sponsorship. So check it out if you haven't already, and if you can, grab a subscription. With that being said, let's head on over and have a look at this week's schedule really quickly before we jump in for some world building and co-working today. Lots of stuff going on this week. We love to see it. And not the least of which, we've got Jackbox happening tonight. So if you want to join us for who knows what, then you can join us for that tonight over in the 18 Plus Discord. We've got a lovely smattering of stuff that we play. If you've got a specific game that you'd like to see played, that you would love to participate in, you can do that with the Party Games chat. Jackbox is going to be at 8 p.m. Central, as it is every second and fourth Wednesday. You can always check the times of events over on the Discord in the events section up at the top of the channel points. Or not channel points, the channel list. Oh my gosh, there's an events section on the Discord, and you can always check event times in your local time zone using that segment of